Uh, Good afternoon, students. Uh, I'll be focusing on the module 3 for the course Java and JPEE and ISC 641. And the agenda for this particular session will be like this. We'll try to understand what is mean by a thread and what is mean by multitasking and what is mean by multi-threading. Then followed by the thread model, Java thread model, how exactly we create threads in Java. And uh, in order to create the threads in Java, there are two types of procedures. So one is by implementing the runnable interface, and another one is by extending the thread class. And I'll be demonstrating after discussing all these things. So I'll be demonstrating with the Eclipse how exactly the threads are created and how it will behave with respect to the running environment. Then followed by the assigning the priorities for the thread, which thread will execute first if you are creating multiple threads. So what is the order? What is the priority that you can give for the threads? And that is one of the very important content. Then followed by the yeah. So thread synchronization. So how exactly we synchronize more than one thread together in order to perform a specific task. So one at a time. Then that's the first part of your module 3. Second part will be string and string buffer classes. In order to handle the strings in Java, we have a couple of libraries in Java in order to deal with the strings. And also I'll be solving a couple of problems using strings. That is the problems based on the strings. So let's begin with the threads first, then followed by, then we'll move on to the strings and string buffer. And the content and the thread creation concepts will be like this. So I'll be demonstrating with the presentation. So I'll be sharing the screen now, and with the PPT, I'll try to demonstrate the concepts. Yeah. So this is with respect to the module 3, and first we'll try to cover multi-threading. So in the day-to-day life, we have a couple of problems related to the usage of the system. For example, one of the use case, if you are downloading some sort of files and you cannot navigate to the some other page, you might have experienced such cases when you are browsing. And that is one of the real-time example we can take. And also, suppose if you cannot enter the text into your current document until your word processor completes the task of saving your document. For example, if you are editing some content in the Microsoft Word and you have inserted a lot of images, and you have added the text and some sort of equations and the tables in between, and if you are saving, of course, if more images are there in the document, of course it will take more time while saving. So at the time of saving your document, you cannot enter the further text. So these kind of problems you might have experienced when you are using the system. So in order to overcome these kind of problems, so we can come up with a concept called multi-threading. So in order to understand the multi-threading, you should be able to understand and differentiate between multitasking and multi-threading. Formally, we define process and a thread like this. So let us understand what is meant by a process and what is meant by a thread. A process is defined like this. A program in execution, we call it as a process, and also we call it as a heavyweight process. And a thread is, it is one of the control or as a part of the process, we call it as a thread. In short, we call it as a lightweight process, we call it as a thread. So process has its own a space for executing the things, and the program segment will be used, and the thread will share the program segment for completing its execution. Okay, coming to the multitasking. So let us put the things like this with the multitasking and a multi-threading. So in case of multitasking, which is a synonymous with the process-based multitasking, which means if you are performing more than one task at a time, for example, while saving your MS Word document, you should be able to enter the text, or while typing only parallelly your the dictionary should work and it should give an error if you do any spelling mistake. Yeah, that is a couple of examples. And while downloading a file, you should be able to navigate to the some other pages. And this is what we call it as a process-based multitasking, whereas multi-threading is synonymous with thread-based multitasking. Okay, let me put the examples like this. I'm playing the media player, and I'm running the MS Word, and also I'm connecting to the Zoom meeting. So if all the three things are combined together, I should be able to do these things parallelly. So for such cases, uh, we can give it as an example for a process-based multitasking. Your Microsoft Word, it is a one process, and your Zoom is another process, and your media player, it is another process. If you like this, if you use any other applications, each application will be considered as a individual processes. Whereas coming to the multi-threading is synonymous with thread-based multitasking, which means your Microsoft Word, it is a one process in that lot of controls or the lightweight functionalities or a thread will be running. For example, editor, it is a one part. That is when you type a characters, the characters should be saved in the document. And meanwhile, when you are typing the content itself, your dictionary should be able to run parallelly, and you should be able to notice any errors are there or any grammatical mistakes are there in your word. And next, all our modern operating systems supports for the multitasking. So that's why we get the better performance with the modern operating systems. And a process is an executing instance of a program. A process is an executing instance of a program. A process-based multitasking is a feature by which the operating system runs two or more programs concurrently, which means at a given point of time, more than one process cannot execute at the same given point of time. I mean, there will be a fast context switch between the processes. Yeah. Next, we'll move on to the couple of examples for the multitasking. So as I mentioned in the example itself, so when you are using the computer system, if you are one real-time example is when you are watching the television, and you can message and you can take a lunch parallelly, and all that is a one real-time example that we can mention. And with respect to the computer system, we have a system, we have a media player and a MS Word, and also any uh, cloud meetings. So such things you can do the things parallelly. These are the examples for the multitasking. So coming to the multi-threading, which is the smallest unit of the code that can run, that can be dispatched by the thread scheduler. As I mentioned, as I mentioned, single a multi-threading, a thread is the smallest unit of code that can be dispatched by the thread scheduler. Single program can perform two tasks using a two threads. Then only one thread will be executing at a given point of time, given a single processor architecture. Now, let us put the things like this. When a process is defined, if you have more than one functionalities, if you have more than one functionalities, those functionalities can be done simultaneously, which share the memory that is reserved for the process. When a process is running, a memory space or the program segment will be allocated for that process, and that will be shared by the multiple threads. And whereas in case of multitasking, each individual process will have its own memory space for carrying out the task. So that is the one major difference between multitasking and multi-threading. So coming to the example of multi-threading. So we have mentioned a couple of examples with multi-threading. The one best example we can give for the multi-threading is the computer games, that is car racing or racing with the bikes. Now, take the a functionality like this. Moving a car or a bike in a race with the appropriate speed based on your control, you can participate in the race. But if you have multiple vehicles in a track, if you have multiple vehicles, either a bike or a car in a track, then that acceleration and controlling each vehicle, that functionality, it remains the same for multiple cars or the bikes. So it means that the functionality remains the same, and this entire together it will be a part of the process. And controlling each of the car will be a thread control, which is the best example we can give for the multi-threading. Let's take another real-time example. If you wish to paint a particular wall, if the number of persons required to paint a wall, if it is 10, then if it is say for one painter, if it takes 10 days, then similarly, if you hire the 10 painters, then you can complete the job in one day. Next, this is one real-time example, and one more example for your multi-threading, which is when you are typing the text in the Microsoft Word, you can uh, notice the grammatical mistakes in the words or characters what you are typing. That is a spell checker. A dictionary will be running concurrently or parallelly, and it will highlight the mistake in the characters, or there is a mistake in the spelling. Now, let us compare the multitasking and the multi-threading. So let us take the points one by one. Each process requires its own separate address space. We call it, as I mentioned about the program segment now. So formally or technically, we can call it as an address space of a process. Take an example of a media player and the MS Word and any Zoom meeting. Each one of which has its own the address space. So the major difference between multitasking and multi-threading. So each process has its own separate address space where it can perform all it can store its variables and the code execution space. So everything will be a part of this address space allocated for the process. And there will be a fast context switch between. Take an example of context switch between the three processes. One is say the any video conferencing application and the MS Word, and followed by the media player. So if each of these processes need to be switched in a faster way, which is a CPU intensive, which means it takes a lot of time in order to switch between the processes, and it takes more CPU time. And suppose any one of these applications need to communicate with each other, then which is much more expensive in terms of a time as well as a space. So that is a one important observation with the multitasking. So that's why we call it as a heavyweight process or heavyweight task. And coming to the multi-threading, threads has the less in terms of a processor overhead because of the following reasons. I mean, the one is multiple threads in a program share the same address space. I mentioned now. Taken a Microsoft Word, there your one is editor that is saving the text characters that you typed, then followed by the parallelly the spell checker or any other formatting tool, and all these are a part of the process called Microsoft Word. And each one of these tasks we call it as a threads. So all these threads will share the same address space. And also switching over between the each of these threads of the MS Word process, then which takes a less CPU time. We call it as the less CPU intensive, which means CPU time will not be used much when you are switching between the one thread and the another thread. And if one thread need to communicate with the other, for example, spell checker needs to communicate with the editor, that is your the mistake in the spelling, it should be highlighted in the editor itself. So that the communication should happen between these two threads and within the same address space, so it takes a very less time in terms of time and space. So these are the major differences. And also we call this the threading, multi-threading, we call it as the lightweight processes, because it shares the address space, and also it takes the less time because of less CPU intensive. So these are the major differences between multitasking and multi-threading. And a couple of uses of multi-threading applications. So take an example of IRCTC reservation system, which was very bad before 2017 or 16. Now it's improved a lot while booking tickets, but still there is a lot of competition at the Tatkal duration or Tatkal time. So your internet should be very fast in order to get your ticket confirmation. And the threading model is, it is well defined for the Tatkal duration. So that is one application we can mention. So multi-threaded application performs two or more activities concurrently, which means there may be thousands of requests for booking a ticket in the Tatkal duration, and which is more than one activity, which is concurrently it is happening, and based on the priority and based on first come first serve, the tickets will be booked. So in order to handle each of the reservation requests, so each thread will be defined. Multiple threads will be running in order to handle those requests. If thread is ready to accept that request, then it will process and your ticket may get confirmed. Next one, it is accomplished by having each activity performed by a separate thread. As I mentioned, for booking each individual ticket, so each thread will be defined. So that's why we call it as the latest task within the program, and they share memory space and resources with each other. Next, single-threaded system, and this is single-threaded system that will take it one by one in the further session. Now let us conclude the session one. We're able to understand what is meant by a thread, and what is meant by multitasking, and what is meant by multi-threading, and What are the uses of multi-threading and examples for the multitasking, examples for the multi-threading, difference between multi-threading and multitasking. So as a conclusion, multi-threading is a lightweight process. Multitasking is a heavyweight task or heavyweight process. And in case of multi-threading, it shares the address space and there is a fast context switch. Comparatively, relatively, it is a faster compared to the multitasking. And applications in case of multitasking, take any cloud meetings, then running the MS Word, then followed by the media player. Running more than one application at a given point of time is the example for the multitasking, whereas within the MS Word, editor typing the characters and parallel you can check for the spelling. These two tasks will be a part of the single process. So that is an example for the multi-threading. We'll continue in the next session.